Sorry, welcome back to the Reggies podcast. Here with three blokes who could have been anything but decided to have fun instead. Hope we're all well. Hope everyone had a cracking Easter, whether it was with the family, with mates, whatever yous were doing. I'm sure it was a good 4 days off. How are you feeling, Thomas?
Mate, I'm feeling fucking good. I hadn't really got any nerves, believe it or not, until this week.
Yeah.
And then sort of
They've come in.
Well, come in a good way, though.
Yeah.
Last time, I'm honest, I wanted it to be fucking over.
Yeah,
I wasn't
we
even
all
looking
did, yeah.
forward to fighting him.
It wasn't nerves, it was genuine
This
anxiety.
time, it's nerves because I've put in the work and I don't want to let myself down. And I'm like, I just want to. I'm nervous like a footy grand final, where you're just excited to fucking play and you want to get out
Genuinely good nerves.
there. Yeah. So that's me at the moment. Go down there in the morning and get settled in, which is good, I think. You know, I'm fucking in the zone and, you know, around the kids and everything like that, it's pretty hard to focus on just this. So get down there a couple of days before, make sure everything's going well. And just fucking, I'm just excited.
Prime.
I can't wait, to fucking just feed him jabs.
I'm excited for you.
Thanks, mate.
And I reckon you're going to go pretty well.
I've got that feeling as well.
Said to some blokes the other day, because you put up those couple of videos, those deadly videos. And
just to promote the fight that we've got on.
Yeah, that's right. And I said, you are looking completely different from last year's fight.
Yeah.
Because you're eating.
Yeah. No, 100%. And that's the different thing too. For some reason, I was just like a fucking AIDS victim last year.
Yeah.
But this time I'm only a few kilos heavier, but I'm heavier in the right spot.
Just everything looks fucking like
like I've
boxing.
been actually training. Yeah, because I have every fucking day.
I'm keen for you. I'm excited for you, and I reckon you're going to put on a show.
Well, mate, I'm going to leave it all out there. That's all I know.
Yeah.
I can't fucking predict fuck all. But what I can predict is me having a crack.
Maybe we should fucking predict him to win. So
he went for a nice jog.
That's good.
He went for a nice jog
see
and he
that.
sped up his jog at the end.
Yeah.
That was hectic. So, good stuff.
And he's going to make wolves pregnant or whatever the
he's
fuck
a dog rooter, they
saying
reckon.
That
meant.
means.
Yeah. So, but I've got a couple of updates. So the press conference that was going to be Thursday at the Garden Bar, because of the cyclone or whatever, it damaged a couple of things out there. So inside... it's going to be in the ballroom, the Star Grand Ballroom in the casino. So it's directly beside where the Garden Bar is.
Yep.
But that's going to be on Thursday. Press conference commences at 4 p.m. Thursday. Then Friday, obviously Anzac Day. Go down to your dawn services, people. Get around it. And then from 11 a.m., where are we going? Sorry. 11 a.m. at the Broadbeach Tavern. You can buy piss with food at 11 a.m. and then 1 p.m. the regular service commences at the Broadbeach Tavern. There'll be a heap of the fighters go down and pop in and say g'day. Heaps of two up.
This is Anzac Day.
Yeah, Anzac Day. So it's pretty much just a hub if you don't know where to go and you want to get around some other people. Broadbeach Tavern is where we're sort of steering.
Two of the
best
best games of footy for the year are on too in either code.
That's true.
So it should be a fucking great day. And like I said, I'll be going to a dawn service. I don't know which one yet. I know the Currumbin one's really good. I just don't know how far it is away and how...
From Broady, it's a fucking hike.
So it's just... I'll be going to one anyway.
Yep.
Sounds like no one will take it too far on the Friday and then not be able to back it up on the Saturday.
Yeah,
Mate, I reckon
that'll happen.
these cunts are going to be like a fucking bunch of shot ducks Saturday morning.
Saturday,
But that's what it's all about. I'm putting in the effort to fucking blue. You cunts have got to dig deep on the sauce.
If they're going... if you're going to the press conference Thursday... Come Saturday, you're in trouble.
You are digging deep.
You're in big trouble.
And talking about Saturday, so game day, 2 p.m. the gates open, 3 p.m. the Podcast Royale 2.0 commences. So the pay-per-view as well will be from 3 p.m. That's with before the fight. And then, 3:15, first fight commences. It'll finish about 8:45. So I reckon I'll be fighting about 7:30.
Yep.
About that mark. So I've got a fair bit of time to just fucking chill and not pace around like an absolute fuckstick like I did last year.
Who's first cab this year?
Zach versus Matt Brown. So it's like Knuckles Switch Bitch versus Marty and Michaels. So they've sort of sent each other in. So it's sort of starting the same way as it sort of did last year with a bit of feeling there. And then the second fight is going to be a banger. We got Jeremy Lattimore versus Kyle Ashburn, couple of big dogs.
Big lats.
yeah.
So we thought, how can we fire them up a bit in case the first one shit? I don't know, put 2 crazy cunts in there who are really big.
Well, look, the first one last year was pretty hard to top.
That was
You
a
cannot
tone
top
setter. Quino and old mate just swung.
Quino was like,
lights out.
what's that, mate? My chin's still hungry. Yeah.
It still is.
So, but anyway, I'm fucking excited. I'm keen to test myself, and I'm keen to see all the Reggies down there with the
Yeah.
fucking jerseys on. Make sure you wear it around.
we
wear it
saw
with
plenty
pride.
last year, so
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
fucking hopefully we see a heap more.
And just enjoy yourself too. Like, that's the biggest thing I want to do is soak it all up. Like, you don't get that opportunity much where you get those few days you can take off and turn it into a big long
Yeah.
one. So a lot of people are sort of rocking up this week and really making the most of the time off.
Yeah.
Which is why the event works so well.
Well, to take these 3 days off now, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so many people would have done that because you
100%.
get fucking 10 days off.
And mate, that's the whole idea
For
about
3.
the event as well, and where it's timed and,
Yeah.
and shit like that, because you're not sort of asking too much of people. Like, if you put it on a week after this, you'd be a grub.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's
Everyone
sort
will
of
be in their
tailored for
4th week
everyone.
on
Yep.
the piss in a row.
Yeah. So anyway,
Well-
boys, I'm fucking ready to go.
I can't go because my first day is Saturday, which I would have had to blow the whole round, so I can't
Yeah.
go. But Mrs. Groper's going to take me spot,
Flying the flag.
and she loves when you call her that. So, if you see Mrs. G1, just fucking make sure you call her that.
She'll
'cause
love
she
that.
loves it. So she'll be sitting with all the chicks cheering you on, mate.
Yep.
With the spirit of me there.
Fucking oath.
I'll do my best to try and it will be in Townsville for $1.
Yeah.
So I'm
That'll
gonna-
suck.
That'll suck. But hey, prime time we'll be in the middle of pub golf when you're fighting, Tom. So I don't think they'd be too upset if I asked them to put them up on the fucking big screen.
Fucking oath.
Yeah.
So I'll try my best.
Well, you know where to
And they'll-
find it.
Before the fight.
Before the
.com,
fight.
mate. That's where you go.
BFOUR.
It's actually, I'm not even saying it. I'll fuck it up. Beforethefight.com. Do your own research.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Righto. Well, it was a great round of footy, Easter footy.
Yeah.
And I love how we've now got it backed up into Anzac round, because this is definitely Anzac Day. Essendon Collingwood's one of my favourite games to watch,
100%.
even though I despise both sides. That's a strong word, but
You despise
it's just-
Collingwood at least.
It's Essendon's like our
Oh yeah,
huge
line in the sand.
roll. But anyway, I love watching the whole hour pre-game. Like, gives you tingles.
The last
every
post.
Yeah,
week.
fucking
Like,
oath,
it's-
man. It's
100,000
awesome.
There's
of the
always
G.
almost a hungy there. Like, it's almost grand final spec where it's a lot of corporate stuff just to go to Anzac Day.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
It's one of those games where it's definitely something I want to do one day.
Yep.
Is get to an Anzac Day game in the AFL.
Yep.
And then Dragons Roosters, is it? That's the
Yeah.
normal NRL one.
That is. They
Yeah.
will be playing at
It'll be 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Or something.
4
Allianz
o'clock,
Stadium.
mate.
They'll fucking pack that out for
Yeah.
sure.
At
Should be
Allianz.
not a bad game. I mean, both sides obviously aren't just.
This is probably the worst. Actually, this probably will be
It's probably good.
I was gonna
because
say-
they're both half shit.
Dragons are
I'd
on.
rather that when the atmosphere's there, it doesn't matter if two teams are lower, they both turn up for an occasion.
Well, that
So
was
you-
like the weekend with the Tigs and
exactly.
Eels.
Like, you'd rather that than be like top of the table versus bottom, and it's just a raping for a big occasion.
Which it has been a few times with the old
Well and
Roosters
truly.
Drags. But we'll talk about that soon. We'll get into the round. I didn't watch Thursday night's game. I don't know if either of you did, but Manly at Brookie is just not a lock anymore.
It's
guys.
really not.
The Drags have done them, and they got done the week before there as well.
They
So
just suck without a turbo.
yeah, and look, luckily for Cherry,
Hmm.
all these things happen with Galvin, and he's just slipped through because the spotlight's no longer on
taking
him,
it right off
and
him.
he's like they're obviously not going well.
Yeah.
but no,
Is that
one gives
3
a
in the
fuck.
trot that they've
I wonder
lost?
if he slipped him a little papery and said, "Hey, look,
Maybe
Take
he
a bit
gave
of
him
heat
the,
off, son.
He gave him the EBA.
Maybe.
Yeah. Chaz is right up with that shit.
maybe."
He is.
Said, "Feed him to him, lot."
So good on the Drags. It's good to see him going well.
I tipped him too.
I don't think I did. I think I had a
tipped
shocker.
Brookvale, and it fucking has fouled on me a couple times now.
I think I had a Barry in both. But the AFL was a cunt of a round of tip.
Wasn't it?
Fuck, there were some shit results.
But like, I got that at the start, but then only got 4 out of 8 overall. So Still
I
shit
think I
the
got
bed.
4 as well.
I got 3. Wow. Who did I tip?
You would have tipped Broncos. You would have tipped Melbourne.
Yep.
Tigs.
I tipped the Tigs, yeah. I tipped fucking the Titans.
I know it was the last game, but
Anyway.
Mitchell Moses.
I know. Yeah, we
Fuck,
can
man.
start there
I
because it's
just
fresh,
I just
obviously.
think it's the talking point that I'd want to talk about.
Yeah.
I just feel like coming back first game, fair bit of heat on.
What'd we say? It's all good that he's playing.
We literally both disregarded because of our multis and said, Mitch, only Mitch Moses.
He was
Mate,
good.
to be honest, at half time, right, I was like, fuck, I've got to help with the kids. Flew in, and then I forgot that, I was like, shit. Went back out and watched. Fucking walked outside, and they're up by, what was it, 16? I went, what the fuck just happened the first 12 minutes of the second half?
I was watching the other game, obviously.
Yeah.
but
Myself is included.
I watched a little bit of highlight action, and yeah, he definitely didn't. He looked like he never missed a beat.
Well,
No.
this explains it pretty good. Minute 41, 44, and 47, they scored.
Yeah,
So straight after half time, they just went bang, bang, bang.
yeah.
From the
And,
bits I saw as well, it actually looked like Dylan Brown had a bit more freedom and he was playing a lot better with Mitchell Moses by his side.
That's
Shock.
crazy, isn't it?
What
That
do
a
you know?
5'8", who's a natural ball runner, goes well with a structured half next to him that Knights don't have.
And now, he's going to go. The setup that he's got for Newcastle, man, is what he's dealt with the first few fucking rounds.
It makes no
Feel-
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I did expect a little bit more out of the Tigs, just with
Myself.
everything that went on. But look, you can't knock the atmosphere there. It would have been pretty cool.
Did you see Addo Carr's intercept?
No.
Fuck, mate. It has to be up there with try-saving things. This intercept, it was a try for all money, and he's just reached the paw out, tapped it, and then fucking, just because he's so quick, I think, got to it again, and then recovered and started going down the other end of the field. He didn't score or anything, but as far as try-savers go, that was fucking pretty impressive.
Yep.
The old Fox. He scored a good try early,
I did
too.
see he scored a good try.
He's
early.
a fucking good winger, that cunt.
Yeah,
He can score tries, and that's what you want from
He'd,
him.
When he's got a fully charged phone, the cunt is a weapon.
He'd be good to have. He's obviously very extroverted and upbeat and fucking. He'd be good to have around.
100%.
But I don't know if I could. He says "brah" a lot.
Yeah, look, it'd be a thing where you wouldn't want to live with him.
At least he doesn't say
Eats one.
"rabe."
Yeah, don't start him, though. Spencer will be saying that next week.
He had a Barry too, by the way, which
Spence.
is excellent to see. Couple of hit up drops, so that was fucking good to see. They give it to him one off the ruck, and he just spilt it. Unlucky. Spence.
Wearing his head, that's why.
How good do the dogs look?
I know.
32
apparently, you don't score against them now. That's 2 in a
you
row.
can't. You
20-0
can't score.
against the Knights.
I don't know if they've ever done
32-0.
that either.
And then the week
stats
before,
showed.
they leaked one try against the Sharks.
I think they've scored. There's only been 10 points scored against
Eels
them
put
all.
8 on them, and then Sharks put 6 on them.
Yeah.
Their point differential
then
is
0-0.
going to be fucked.
Pretty
Like,
sure they got a
that's just-
standing ovation half time,
Yeah.
which
There
is probably
there was a
warranted.
lot there.
Yeah.
60-something thousand.
Actually, I think they broke
68,
a
I
record
think.
there
Yeah.
for crowd attendance, and obviously the public holiday, people can rock up.
Yeah, for
And-
sure.
But how good's that?
Yeah.
I think it was 68,000 or so they got out there.
Yeah.
Which
Fucking
is just
they broke some sort
It's
of.
just good to see that fucking stadium. Not many people want to travel because of its location and it's very well known why. And they still fucking turn up, but it's Doggies fans, man.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah,
Doggies
for
fans.
sure.
They're the only fans that actually travel no matter what.
I think it's good that these players who just play club get the opportunity to play in front of that many people.
Yeah.
AFL teams get to do it all the time, where these lads fucking a lot of the time they don't get to play in front of fuck all.
There was Jace told me about a funny little. No one we know. It was just Instagram,
Just interaction on Instagram,
Facebook interaction between both codes fans because
Yeah.
they were saying, "Oh, what do you got to say now to the AFL?" Because they got a crowd there.
Oh,
And then
wow.
obviously all the AFL fans are firing back. And then what did someone say?
It's just the usual fucking. We got more viewers on TV, NRL fans say, and then AFL fans are like, "Oh, could we get more at the game?" And they brought up the TV viewership thing again, and the AFL fan clapped back and was like, "Mate, all of our fans are either at the game or they're at the pub watching it. Where you guys are watching it at home on your TV because you got your fucking ankle monitor on."
Oh, that's fucking good.
It actually made me laugh. Being a fan of both codes, I was like, cunt, that is
was
Oh, when you
great
just get a
goal.
good chirp,
Yeah.
you got to acknowledge it,
good.
don't you?
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
So no, it would have been cool, and like for them to just pump them like that.
Oh.
Imagine how G'd up the dogs
Oh,
were.
Fuck,
bro.
yeah. They would have
They
been
were-
walking through
they
the
were
streets.
almost-
There would have
face
been
down.
gel everywhere.
Oh, hair job.
And drums and fucking DJ decks.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
always
It
got the
would
little
have been
portable ones.
fully hectic
True.
at that game.
What was I going to say? Oh, the dogs were almost more fired up in the last 10 because they did not want to let it try.
Yeah.
It was
And you can hear the
awesome.
crowd going, keep
And
that
that-
cunts
yeah,
out.
yeah.
And how good is that hunger
Yeah.
when you've beaten them and there's still that fuck off, like that hunger there. It's,
I
it's
can't wait.
awesome.
I can't wait for my awesome footy team to play them this Friday.
Oh, coming off the back of 2 losses, and we've got to play the
Oi,
Dogs.
talking about awesome footy teams, the Storm, that was the most unstorm thing I've ever seen. The start of the game, I'm like,
Oh, man.
Literally.
easy.
Yeah.
They're just going to smoke them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're,
What
Mate,
the
that was
fuck?
unreal to see from the Finns.
were Melbourne
Yeah.
just really shit, or did the Finns? I thought the Finns actually looked really
Finns
good.
looked unreal.
Their attack was so sharp, man.
Yeah.
Every time they attacked the line, like Katoa played out of his fucking
They
skin.
looked so fast.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So fast.
It was fucking impressive. Even Bellyache after, he goes, yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
He goes, like, just.
Well, he wouldn't
swords
have
it.
had an explanation
Yeah,
for that.
he goes, it's very
Literally.
disappointing for a Melbourne team to let in that many
42
unanswered.
points.
Yeah, man.
That doesn't happen.
Does not happen very often. So,
So-
they will. Who have they got this week? Because they're in
Dude,
bunnies.
this is what I
are
mean
in
about.
trouble.
This is what I mean about. I have no idea about the comp still, apart from dogs are good.
Yeah. Dogs don't ever get scored
Yeah,
against.
dogs
Yeah.
apparently are just legends, and fucking what? Storm just got beaten by the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And,
I
and the
thought-
Dragons
just-
a couple of weeks ago, but they're apparently still the best, and I think they are, but are they?
Yeah,
I don't
I
think
know.
they
I
are.
know.
I've just rolled over to it and just gone. There is nothing that will surprise me. for
They've
the
got
rest
the
of the
cattle,
year now.
obviously, Storm.
Yeah.
But
Fuck
I
yeah.
just did not see that happening.
No way.
You can half see, because I remember I kept saying last week the Dolphins are obviously in form, and you could see them maybe winning by 2 points or something, like getting a tight win, kicking a field goal, and I wouldn't have been like, oh, that's crazy, but that was crazy. 42-22.
Yeah, mate, I couldn't believe it.
In good conditions of rugby
did yous?
league as well.
Yeah. And then obviously Katoa, your bet. Just
Oh,
he,
dude.
He went over twice.
I'm glad.
without going
I'm
over.
glad Nakora didn't end up scoring.
Yeah, true.
Because otherwise it would have
True.
really buried me. But that second try, when Pat played it with his foot, but some cunt had a hand on his head
Yeah,
pushing
I
him down,
know.
and he just runs over untouched, I was just like, oh, did you call it?
So I had this stupid bet on that I just decided, I'll just have a go
I have plenty
at
of
something.
That's me on the punch show every week.
And I had Dolphins at the line, which was plus 12.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, hopefully they don't lose by more than 12. That was $1.90. And then I had, I've forgotten now, but I had 3 try scorers and the overs. So it was a 5-legger.
Yeah.
And I only needed Katoa.
Jesus.
Oh, man.
That's
I
even
was
the
at
first
That's
one
a
was
personal
the
holding.
second one was absolute bullshit, and I feel like that should have been paid as a winner. But the first one was the typical fuck off, like when he chases the kick
Yeah,
through, he
yeah,
scores that
Yeah.
9 times out of 10.
The little grubber.
I saw it.
Loves the
That's
little
what,
grubber.
and it's like, oh, didn't you score this time? Anyway, that is gambling, people. If
Yeah.
you're gonna gamble on Neds, and if you're gonna gamble responsibly.
Please. Obviously, Saturday afternoon was an extremely frustrating watch for a Broncos fan. I don't think we can get around that.
No.
It was different to, obviously, the Hawks got done by the Cats yesterday. It was different to that because I don't know why it was different, but Hawthorn played dog shit. Like,
He couldn't actually kick a foot.
they forgot how to kick. But they were
Like, it was
still
one
in
of the
it.
worst
and
kicking
it was-
performances I've seen in a long time.
It was very similar where they shouldn't have been in it, but they almost won, sort of thing. And Broncos was the same. They didn't play good wet weather
No.
footy at all, but they, in the end, had a chance to win in Golden Point, sort of.
And then that Cobbo forward pass, 50-50. I don't know if that's a bit of bias on that. And like we
There
could have
has
actually
been-
probably won.
That was Which one are you talking about? The one
Cobbo,
that
the breakaway.
Stags through about 5 metres forward.
You reckon it was 4? I reckon it was a bit.
That was so
I was
forward.
drinking all day
Stags.
too, so I probably could have been a bit.
Cobbo's, I think Cobbo's, did he pass it as well? There was 2 passes,
yeah.
and the first one that Stags threw was so far forward it wasn't funny. And they actually called it. And I was like, I can't be mad about that because I've been saying throw it backwards for fucking ages.
We did
and
bring
he's
that up,
literally, he was on the line, so it was perfect, and it just went fucking 3 metres forward. So, yeah, they didn't deserve to win, but they almost sort of had a chance to, which...
How, like those ones when you're just in disbelief that the ref is just still running alongside them? Like when those forward passes, like when you just think, no,
Where's the
you
flag?
can't, no. And then they're looking around like, oh, we'll go upstairs to check fucking what, cunt? You can't.
Yeah. No, he actually called one, so it was good because it half slipped out of Stag's hands and just
floated.
it started forward. So yeah, the Wars played well, but the Bronx just fucking killed
What a
themselves.
kick at the end there.
So what happened to the wind?
Walshies or
The wind was that. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
The wind was that savage one way.
So he has creamed it.
But
and
Renault kicked off all game until that. And they've obviously said, "Oh, you kick off."
Walsh
for
kicks off
fucking some
sometimes,
reason.
and he's got an all right boot.
He's
on
got
him.
a fucking thumping
Well,
boot.
obviously.
Yeah.
It's like when you go, oh, what am I, about 150? There's a bit of wind, I'll take the 8 iron. And then as soon as you start your backswing, the wind dies off.
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, that would have sucked.
Like it wasn't.
And then they were always going to go the 2 because
Oh,
there
for
was
sure.
a gale force at their fucking back.
100%. And then even if they do, if you miss and you get it, yeah,
And you
exactly,
kick it
that
dead,
wind.
Yeah.
That's
That wind
right.
was fucking crazy. So I don't know how it didn't get held up in the wind, but
In the heat of the moment, I was very angry at Walshy and the kick, and he's been below average this year. Like
Well
everyone
below.
knows it.
Tell
So
you
then
what.
that kick was a bit of a boil over. But then the more I realised it, I was like, we shouldn't have been in that position. We should have played a lot better. We're better.
they
on
also
paper.
should have just lost in normal time.
Yeah.
The Bronx shouldn't have even been in it.
Exactly.
Bit of fucking toughness to get through that whole game with that knee injury, though. Like, I
Yeah.
think he's out for 4
PCL
weeks.
or
Yeah.
yeah.
So
and that
I-
happened very early.
it was the
I
first
saw-
run of the game. I'm pretty sure.
I saw
Yeah.
that obviously get posted that he was out for 4 to 6, and in this Bronx chat I'm in, I was like, oh no, oh that sucks. I was just like,
yeah.
that'll
You don't
do
want
it.
to wish injuries upon people, but at the same time, I was
Perfect
like,
for him.
I saw a
He can
post
just-
and
Give
it's
him a
like,
bit to just
oh, it looks
recoup.
like he's might be out for Origin. I was thinking, Origin?
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that too.
If anyone had him over Ponga, even
I'd have
though
Jai
he's gone
Gray
a
over
little
him at the
quiet as
moment.
well the last
Yeah.
couple of weeks, but like you said, even old fucking...
It could not have been better timing because he's that low on confidence at the moment,
Yeah.
Walsh is, and Maguire's never going to drop him, I
No.
wouldn't think. But it's almost like he needs to be, just go back, carve up in a game where there's no cameras and everything on him, and then come
That's
back.
what I mean. It's like he's one bounce back game away from retaining his form.
Yeah.
Like it's like form temporary, class permanent,
so
and he's got a
hard.
chance to like find that again.
So hard to get out of that.
Oh, so
Oh,
Selwyn's,
fuck yeah.
Selwyn's there this
As a
week.
21-year-old as well, like, and the media loves to slander
Ah.
him. Like, he's always one of the first players that get like they point fingers at. So, and he obviously listens to the noise.
And it's only because he's a good-looking cunt.
Yeah, he got cocky a couple
He is a
times in
good-looking
Origin,
Yeah.
and then he's a good-looking young bloke. So everyone's like,
Well,
we
well.
hate him.
He is nowadays. Back in the 80s, he would have been fucking a bit Eltonish, but
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, back
these
then it
days.
was receding hairlines and hairy chests.
Yeah, fucking no, they laughed it. So,
Piss.
look, not the most ideal situation to have to play the Dogs, but at least it's at Suncorp.
It's not a bounce back game.
No.
But if we win, we're back.
Yeah, exactly. And this next game, to me anyway, I had a little same game on.
Oh, yeah.
But I also thought to myself that this was the safest 13-plus bet I've ever seen. And I had fucking a few skins on Penrith 13-plus.
Nice.
Because I just went, they
Surely.
are going to be fired up and they're going to smash the Roosters here.
Yep.
And, yeah, I was quite proud
Well, I
of
tipped them
myself for that
again.
one.
I've tipped them every single week, I'm pretty sure. 'Cause I'm like, oh, surely they'll bounce back.
Yeah.
And they finally have.
No, they did. They played really well. Cleary was on fire.
Good to know Roosters are just going to win 1 week and then shit the bed the next
Yeah, it's
for
good
the whole
they
year.
fire up against the Bronx.
Cleary
Yeah.
will score soon too.
Love
He
that.
has to.
Yeah.
Cleary and Latrell, get them on any time in the next
Yeah.
couple of weeks because
Yeah.
both of them hadn't scored this year.
The boys are due.
No, they played really well. Edwards was back to just doing what Edwards does.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was,
He's good at just doing the shit work,
Yeah.
but doing heaps of it.
Yeah.
Like you don't want him being flashy. He's not that dude. He just
A
fucking
toiling
trucks
fullback
nut.
who's not flashy.
Yeah.
Bit unlike
Safe.
we need him to go
our
hang out with
fullback.
Walshy while he's
Yeah.
fucking crook. And then the Raids, it was a good comeback. I didn't watch too much of the game.
I didn't get to see it.
16-0 at one point.
I just know
Titans
they
were.
were 16-0 down, the Raiders were, yeah.
Huddy
Oh, really?
Young could
Old
actually.
scored 2 more.
He could be running into a Blues jersey, I reckon, if he keeps this up.
I
Yeah,
reckon
he
he
will.
will,
He's
which is
scored
great
fucking
because
6 tries in 2 games.
I hope
3
perfect.
games.
Yeah.
man.
Pick him, Loz.
Oi,
Pick him.
you'd have to pick him, but going off previous years, I hope they do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he struggled in the Origin arena for sure.
He's just got mongrel in him, Hudson
Yeah,
Young.
yeah.
So
He does.
he's an easy one to fire up.
But
When you
fuck, even late in the game, man, the way he's like hitting that line so fucking hard, 10, 15 metres out, he's actually becoming like unstoppable.
Oh, he's a
for some
weapon,
edge
mate.
defenders.
Yep.
I've fucking really rated him this
Yeah,
year.
he's a proper
That whole
weapon.
Canberra forward pack, when they're on, they are fucking on.
Yeah. And then I didn't see the Knights Sharks game either.
I didn't get to see much of it.
No,
Just,
not a game that I'm too intrigued by.
that was one of those ones where what should have happened happened.
Yeah. Sharks get a win, bounce back. Well, they beat Manly.
And
week
then,
before,
yeah,
actually.
Tommy, you've spoken about the Tigs.
Yeah.
Eels. Just an unreal performance from Moses, obviously.
Mate, just
I think he sort of said to Jerome, like, this is fucking where you got to get to, mate.
how old is Moses?
He'd be 30. I think.
Because
No
I
way.
just
Yes.
feel
Fuck off,
like
Jace.
Prove me wrong.
he is dead set. Like,
Oh, he is.
you know, with Cherry
On the
Evans,
dot.
with Cherry Evans being like end of his sort of thing. Imagine what Mitchell Moses could get in the open market.
Yeah,
right
fuck
now,
yeah.
it would be fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
a bloke who
he's-
comes back and dominates like that, taking a piece of shit team to look
Literally.
good, and the 40-20 he kicked, mate.
Yeah.
No one is ever stopping that. It just was like a bullet.
He's got
His
the
kicking game
best
is-
long kicking game in the comp
100%.
by a fucking street.
And like I said, we've given him heaps of shit before about being a sookie cunt because he is, but he's a great halfback.
Yeah. And I feel like he's sort of become great in the last maybe season or two. Like
He was
He's just
always
confident as
classy
fuck.
and skilled,
last
but yeah, I get what
year,
you mean.
he became great, I think, after those Origin.
The Origin
performances.
win, yeah.
Great
the two Origin
compared to the
performances.
other halves in the comp now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
yeah.
not putting him up with fucking the greats of
No,
all
no, no.
time,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I think
yeah.
he is a great halfback right now with the
Yeah.
crop of them.
Him,
Yeah.
Cleary, and Jerome Hughes are like the 3 best in the comp.
Yeah, it's
I'd
pretty
say.
hard to argue with that, eh?
Yeah.
Ches is sort of sniffing
Ches
around, but
and
he's
Reno
starting
are
to get
there.
Ches
on.
and
but
Reno are
yeah.
there on the next tier, I
But
reckon.
in terms of the influence that he has on his team,
Well, obviously, hey.
like, fuck, man.
just
like you
quickly
said,
back to Renault, why does he think that he can try some deadly kick-off once or twice a game and just
I really
kick it
don't
out
know.
on the full?
It's like when shit starts to go wrong for us and we're a bit on the back foot, it just makes it.
He
Some of our
tried
players
to
make
do
it harder on ourselves.
like it's like when you try some stupid golf shot that Tiger Woods could do, but no one else, and you think, oh yeah,
We're going back to golf again.
I'm in the trees. I just got to flight one low and hook it around
Rory.
this one, and then he tries it off the kickoff, and it just never works, or a dropout or something like he
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, 2023, October, the first Sunday of it.
Anyway, enough about the Bronx. No one cares about them except
No.
for us too. So yeah, look, good round of footy and an even better one coming up, in my opinion.
Fucking
Are we
oath,
going to do
I
what we've been
agree.
doing the last few weeks and now do bar
Let's do
tips?
the tips.
Yeah, we may as well do our tips.
I'm going to tip.
Feels like double
uh,
handling the other
Oh,
way. Oi.
remember what I said to you? Is fucking. Oh, it must have been late last year when I was like,
Oh.
"Oi, boys, I've got a new theory. I'm going to back against me team every week so that they either win
Oh.
and I'm happy, or I win money. So I'm
yeah.
unhappy, but I've won
Yeah.
money. I would be up that much if I did that.
The last 2 weeks
No,
as a
just
Hawks
because-
and Bronx fan, you'd be loaded.
Fucking
but
so
just
would I,
because-
cunt, this year.
The Raiders were fours at home, $4 something at their
Yeah.
home ground. The Chooks would have been 3s at least.
Fucking more than that.
And then the Wars were almost 4s on the weekend. Just them 3 alone.
You would be rolling in it, Tom, because you've been low favourites nearly every time.
Anyway, I'm not doing it this week.
Nah.
No, I honestly don't know what to do here. The smart tip is to tip the Dogs.
Which I'm doing.
I'm fucking obviously tipping Broncos, but I'll tip by about 4 points.
So I'm happy, as you know, if I don't think we're up to it, I'll tip against them. But for some
Who
reason,
fucking knows, mate?
For
Seriously.
some reason, I've just got a feeling about the
Cobbo's
Bronx
playing
this
fullback.
week.
Dean Mariner's on the wing. I actually like Dean Mariner because he's a winger. He's
The
not a
old
centre.
fucking-
He's not a
Yeah,
muscle
I agree.
centre
He's a
anymore.
good fucking
He's
winger.
a good little winger who can score tries. He's got pace. And then
Yeah.
Cobbo at fullback. Say it. Just say it. Come on.
The old two-stroke.
Oh, boy.
Old outboard. If you've got a Mariner, sorry, but they're an anchor.
Big Yammer. Big Yammy on the wing.
Anyway, yeah, I like him on the wing too.
I think Cobbo will just be a more direct fullback and just...
Exactly. He's definitely not a fullback,
No.
but that might help us.
Exactly. While she has been a bit erratic and when shit gets to his head, he's throwing silly passes and that and he's making little mistakes, whereas Cobbo might just stick to...
Cobbo will get it and fucking just run it more.
Exactly.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
But fuck, man, like if our attack can be absolutely in sync this week and the Dogs' line defense is
It is absolutely
impenetrable.
not about attack this week.
No.
We
It'll
just got to show up and win the middle,
Yep.
and then hope we might score a couple of tries.
If we're in this game,
hold them
unders is safe, I reckon.
If we're in it.
If we're in it. If not, they will get the overs by winning 50-0.
Yeah. I was going to say, the unders is probably safe either way.
Suncorp
Yeah,
should help
true.
you a little bit. I honestly think it should be a good turnout too, because any Bulldogs fan in Brizzy will be fucking rocking up to that. And then obviously Bronx normally get a good turnout.
I reckon
at
it'll be a
Suncorp.
good turnout. Thursday night being the public holiday Friday.
Yeah, for
Be a
sure.
massive
Should be a
turnout,
ripper.
I reckon. So, look, it should be, after the last 2 games we've had, Roosters and Warriors, we probably should have won them both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be first, second, big blockbuster. And they're still trying to run that on fucking Fox League, I saw. I'm trying to, 2 heavyweights clashing. And I'm like...
Well, on paper, we are a
Yeah.
fucking heavyweight, but you just, what's going wrong? the
Yeah,
last
2
couple
heavyweights.
weeks?
It's just one's 180 kilos and one's 104.
Yeah, one just made weight.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've just got a feeling about the Bronx and just the way the comp is at the moment. It wouldn't shock anyone if they turned up at Suncorp.
The Dogs have to lose
to go.
eventually.
Well, they've got to let a fucking try in, surely.
Yeah, exactly.
Who are we taking in Anzac Day, 4 p.m.?
I'm going to go Dogs.
Me too.
And this is, look at this, 51% to
Yeah.
49%.
It's
Like, that's
this-
how it probably should be.
And both teams have been just as fucking all over the place as each other.
I think Dragons too. I wonder
I don't
when the
know. I
last
don't even
time-
know. I don't even know
if
why.
this was
I
a
just-
regular round game, I feel like Roosters might just get a random win on them. But because it's the big fucking Anzac Day game, massive crowd, Dragons are in the top 8 now. They've won a couple big games. I think they'll just rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see
I want to have a look at the team list here.
when the Dragons last won on Anzac Day. Whether it's been recently or not, I can't quite remember. But, like, going off the last,
Few Anzac Day
obviously,
fixtures. yeah.
decade,
It's been Roosters.
decade and a half, you'd expect the Roosters have won more games, you know?
They have been a
You'd
far
think
more
so.
successful team.
But yeah, I think the Dragons show up. But that's going to be a very tight one. Like I think that's a perfect fucking sign
Wow.
there. 51 versus 49% tips.
The Dragons, I think I just read, the Dragons hold an 11-8 record since 2002.
Wow.
Over the
Are these
Chooks.
for the Anzac clashes?
Yeah. The
Fucking
Dragons
hell.
hold an 11-8 win record over the Roosters since 2002, but the Tricolours have had the edge more recently, obviously.
It's like grand finals, though. I think in a way that you could have a better team on paper, but it's like those big occasions.
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
man.
you got to throw it all out. All shit that you've done through the year
Yeah.
is just like it doesn't fucking
Unless
No,
you're
that's right.
like proper dominating the league by this point, like it, yeah, like you said, anyone can win it. How many times have you seen it in the AFL as well? Like
It's
unless
which team is
Collingwood
gonna
end up to
fucking-
go and win the fucking flag, like Essendon,
when it gets
obviously
down
have
to
been shit, and
what,
they win.
20 minutes to go and all your skills have gone, it just comes down to
Absolute
grit.
grit, digging
Yeah.
deep.
So, looking forward to it. I'm going to tip the Drags as well. Hopefully they can get the job
Yeah, I'd like
done.
to see 'em win.
Be good
Fuck
for their
Sydney.
fans. They're in the 8, the Dragons, which is
How's
I
that?
don't mind seeing
Shocking.
Roosters being shit either,
Yeah.
so I'd like
Yeah.
to see them be shitter.
and I'm going to stick with the Wars here against
Me
the
too.
Knights.
Same.
Surely.
Apollo Projects.
Yeah, so
don't know
they
where
won't
that
win?
is, assuming New Zealand.
Yeah, so they won't win. It's in Christchurch. That's awesome. I love that.
That's good.
And I love that they're having an Anzac Day game in New Zealand
Me
on
too.
Anzac Day.
I think that's
love it.
awesome.
The
Awesome stuff.
Was and Melbourne fixture, like it was good, but yeah, I think it was their way of like
They had it
repaying-
at Amy Park, though, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I
But
don't know.
yeah, I like that they've got a Anzac Day fixture
Over
back
there.
there.
It's really
It makes
suits.
sense.
Newcastle
It makes so
too,
much
that's
sense.
proper blue collar fucking real cunts.
Steel
It
City.
is. Fucking
Yeah,
oath,
Steel
brother.
City.
Carl Mourners.
Yeah, just proper good Aussie cunts.
Storm, they're bouncing back and flogging the
They're
Rabbits.
humping.
By
like
a-
hard.
Oh, there's
1,000.
fucking 3 games on Anzac Day.
Oh, you beauty.
How good's
Oh,
that?
so they've given the game back to Did Melbourne lose? No, they played. I remember them playing Bunnies.
Fuck, then
last
that is
year.
actually unreal for when I'm just fucking cooped up,
Just
trying to chill out down
chilling.
there.
It's a
on
late
Friday.
one
That'll be a
too.
beauty.
8.
Yeah, late kickoff. Yeah, they're bouncing back against the Rabbits.
They're
surely.
winning by 100.
Oh, wow. Oh, the Derby.
They're going
The Queensland, South Queensland, North Queensland Derby.
Yeah. Titans, it's long, hot and shit.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Fuck, man. They were good in that first
Cowboys
half.
are coming off a fucking bye, though.
This is
So-
classic Titans.
It's
Yep,
classic,
this is
same
classic
as what I said
Titans.
before. What the fuck are these two cunts doing? I
Like,
have
my
no
logic
idea.
means absolutely nothing here, but I'm going to tip Cowboys.
Yeah, I
coming
think
off
I'm
the
going
bye.
Cowboys just because 92 other percent did.
Yeah, we're a bit of sheep.
Do you know what? The team who I have watched the least this year would be Titans for some reason. I just haven't found myself sitting down watching a whole game of the Titans.
Well, I need to check their team list.
I'm
'cause
tipping 'em. The
Last
Titans,
week they
yep.
had
True.
no
The
Fafita,
GC.
no Jaden Campbell, still no Keanu Kinney. Like if they're
Have a
still
look,
injury
bro.
Hang on.
ridden, then I think
Oh,
it's
De
definitely-
Groot's playing fullback.
So yeah,
Grimson and Tommy Weaver is playing half.
Kinney's obviously still not back.
Yeah, that's not ideal. I didn't even think of any of that.
Fafita's back on the bench, but
Good
then
spot
you
for
don't have
Oh,
you don't have
Fafita.
Jaden Campbell back.
That's
I'm
true.
going to go Cowboys.
That's
still.
the smart players. No Jaden
But now you
Campbell, no
can't.
Keanu
Now you
Kinney,
can't
but
swap
no
though, because then they'll
fucking way.
win.
No way. They got Jojo Fafita playing on the wing, though.
Jojo. He's actually good for an ATS, by the way.
Righto. Go the Titans. Get it done. Who we got then? Penrith against Manly.
Jesus Christ.
Is that at Combank?
That is.
We beat Manly.
I'd say.
I think Penrith
are
are
you
back.
coming 15th? Holy fuck.
I think Penrith are back. They needed that one win just to give them a bit of a boost.
We'll be
Yeah.
back against Manly.
The way
Manly
they're
are
playing. Yeah.
fucked now. Like 3 in a row, it's going to be hard for them to. When they do come back, it's not going to be against
Especially
Penrith.
when Cherry doesn't care.
Exactly.
Cherry's
Well,
left.
3 weeks ago, it was Cherry going, oh, look at him still playing for the club.
His
in
head's
the
already
jersey.
left. The rest of his
Yeah.
body's about a
Yeah.
year behind his neck.
Cherry's out the door. Cherry's halfway out the door. He doesn't care. So, Penrith.
Agreed.
And then, geez, this will be a good game
It actually will.
of football,
I'm
of rugby league football.
I'm voting just for Canberra. Like
Yeah.
for being at home. GIO.
I'm going to get Canberra as well. They're sitting in third, boys.
Dolphins just rolled the fucking
Hell.
Yeah, but that logic doesn't fucking work this year,
No,
Groper.
no, it-
Oi, you know what? I might have to change my tip from Wars to the Knights.
Oh, why?
Because you don't fucking beat the Bronx, mate, and win the next week.
Oh, fuck.
Wait, you were right. You
Chook's
were
got
right with
flogged.
Chook.
Hey, imagine running into fucking pain ass for
And
70
Carrigan
minutes.
as well.
And just being sore all week, and then you got to go and...
Yeah, well, I think we're a bit sore
Yeah,
because
real
fucking
hardened cunts.
Renault got shifted, Walshy got shifted.
Oh, what about that shot on Renault?
From
I know
Harris
it's
to
a, I know
Vito,
it's a
yeah.
halfback and all
Yeah.
that, but that was
It
just
was a 5'8" on a halfback.
that was
Yeah.
a great rugby league clean
Yeah.
shot.
Shoot
nice
out
and
of C
clean.
defender and just bang.
And nothing was said, no one was sprayed. It was
No.
just like, oh yeah.
Renault
that's-
got up,
that's
played the
bah.
ball, everyone moved on.
That's a great bit of bah.
It was.
I'm going to leave it, but I'm telling you,
That's your groper each.
if it wasn't the fucking Knights...
Yeah, literally.
The travelling
Anyone
to New
else
Zealand
given that
Knights
logic
too.
might work.
They're getting pumped at fucking Newey at the moment.
That's a tough tip, eh? Canberra against Dolphs.
That is.
I'm going to
tough.
go Raiders still.
Yeah. It's probably
Huddy-
the smart
Huddy Young.
one. I'll go
Buddy
the
Young,
Raids.
3 or more.
I'll go
Fuck,
the
just
Raids.
loves
And then
trying.
what are we doing at Leichhardt?
I'm going the Tigs, bro.
Yeah.
Same. I'm tipping Leichhardt.
Wow.
Sunday
And-
Ave, Leichhardt, boys.
And guess who's back?
Lockie
I
Galvin.
saw that.
Wow.
See. And
What
then-
is going on there?
Hang on. They've labelled it as a Benji backflip.
Okay.
He's recalled Galvin.
So, because I'm really interested in this, I feel like we were all applauding, saying, "Yeah, look at them standing together." Is this like are they all forgiven him?
How's he
or-
gonna? What's he set? Like, how do you come back from that?
Well, that's what I mean. How is he back this week? Like, surely it's
That's
like
a quick
few weeks,
turnaround,
and he
yeah.
has to come back and be like, "Look, that was probably handled wrong. Will you fucking forgive me, and I'll play hard for you."
How
for the
much
rest of the year?"
shit is going on that has come out after that? Like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Last week, if we discussed about Luai posting and then Taruva, do you see what Taruva
I'm
posted
not
as
sure
well?
if that had happened yet.
Yeah, I don't think it had happened because
Like,
Taruva posted on his Instagram with his close friends. Like, you can post stories to just certain people
Yeah,
you
yeah,
want.
yeah.
And he's
Right.
posted a photo of Lockie Galvin's locker with Shane McMahon's song, "Here Comes the Money." And I was like, that's actually kind of funny. I was like, and then everyone's going, "Oh, throwing stones. You boys went to the fucking Tigers for money and left and that." And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just,
yeah.
It's just weird that you've got your players not only backing up Benji, but like putting up posts and shit and...
So
So much.
who's ratted him out? The close friends.
That's what I don't know, but
Fucking
he's got to
dogs.
fucking look at his list and
Yeah,
make
do
sure
a
what
bit
he's
of
posting
culling.
up there.
I'd say it'd be a thing where whoever you're following can probably see it. I'd say.
No, you
Yeah.
can't you choose?
Oh, you might be able. I don't know.
Jace just said you can.
I think you can choose.
Oh.
or-
like you can make a thing
That stays
where
up.
I've
and you
never
can
done
choose
it,
who
but
see
I'm assuming it is like a choice thing.
You
Yeah,
put
right,
it on
yeah.
your story, but it's only for selected people
Yeah,
that
yeah.
can see it.
I'd assume that. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah.
Anyway, it's very quick turnaround. So I wonder
Yeah.
what
Oh.
he's going to
It's-
say to the group to
I just-
get them to trust him.
I hope that they're all getting along well and they can just play good footy. But after that whole how big they made it, and look, media blow the fuck out of everything,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they've obviously made it as big as they can be. But how, after all of that, how it went down, can he be back playing six and we're just a united team this week?
Yeah, I
It's
know.
not like it kind of died down for a bit. It's like it's still pretty fresh and hot.
No one
And
else
now-
has done
They've
anything
obviously
shit.
would have had plenty of team meetings,
Proper.
and they would have been like, right, we need to fucking squash this now. And they've obviously just, come together. You'd expect them to have come together, had a big sit down and been like, right, let's squash this now.
Because
And
you've
then-
got a lot of time left on your contract.
Yeah.
It's not like he's gone in a month. He's
And that's
end
what
of 2026.
and that's what Benji was saying too. He's with us and we'll support him till the end of 2026. Like not once has the club been like, "Oh yeah, well we'll just part ways." They're like,
no.
"Nah,
Yeah.
you're here, brother."
Did Finey play?
I'll tell you what.
Oh, Dewey played 7 last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you reckon he's worth the coin he's going to get? He's fucking pretty small, man.
He's better than Sam Walker.
For now.
For the
It's
first year
hard.
that he's come in, I feel like he's fucking.
It's hard because there's now obviously going to be severe inflation thanks to Dylan Brown. But this is like
Dill's just done everyone.
what is
solid.
he, like a 20, 30 gamer and he's 19 years old.
Mate,
Yeah.
Like, is he worth
But they
$1
did the
million
same
a
shit
year?
with Sam Walker.
Yeah,
He come
yeah.
in and played really well when he was
Exactly.
a kid.
See, there's the thing too. I don't know because I haven't. Out of those 20-something games, have I just fucking pinned me eyes on the screen for 80 minutes watching him? No,
Watching
I
the
might have
Tigs.
watched two. Exactly, Tigs have been shit.
I think
So,
he's been
I don't
very
really know.
like creative and he's had a lot of freedom to do some like pretty fancy shit in the 6 jersey. But it just
He also hasn't had
It's
heaps
such-
of good players around him, but
No.
yeah, exactly. He's come off a team who won the fucking spoon.
3 years in a row.
Yeah, and now he's won a few games, and now bang, shit's on fire.
Anyway, we'll see how they go.
Are you
That
tipping Tiggs?
I am, yeah.
We're all
that,
going, we're tipping Leichhardt. Let's
Yeah,
be real.
that Isaac Moses something needs to happen with that bloke. 'cause
I'm pretty
he
sure he's
just-
cousins with Mitch Moses as well. I ended up hearing.
Yeah, that's fine, but he's lost his fucking right to manage players twice already in the NRL, I heard. Or lost his license, which I assume they were talking about managing players in the NRL, not his car license. So
It's almost, it's almost like he just forgets that he's managing a person that has to fit in with a team of other people.
Yeah.
It's like he's just going to battle and it's like this dude's a tennis player or something. No,
Yeah.
cunt. This bloke has to get along with people and you're making this 19-year-old seem like a fucking absolute cockbreath.
Yeah, literally.
And he might be a cockbreath.
don't get me wrong, it's not like Galvin wouldn't have had anything to do
No,
with that.
fuck
like,
no.
He would have been like, this is what we're doing. And then just the way that old mate's fucking, how he's put it across was just totally the wrong way. But anyway, fuck him.
But he's back this week.
Yeah, he's back. We'll move on to the AFL. What do you reckon?
Sounds good.
The Australian Football League. Yeah, that's coming up. That was a real ripping game, that one. Just a beauty.
Yeah,
to watch.
a real high scorer. Like the Crows have done
Jace's
all
overspent was fucked immediately.
Cunt. I was 100 points off. That is so shit.
We'll start with the Lions because the Collingwood Magpies were brilliant on Thursday
They
night.
actually played 4 quarters of good footy and the Lions played 4 quarters of shit footy.
Instead of a half.
Instead of
shit,
a half each.
a half, no one's ever going to beat us again.
Yeah. Oh, look, it wasn't as much. I looked at that game and I didn't go, fuck, Lions like a really shit. And what's like going on here? It was more Collingwood, their
Collingwood
defense.
were good, yeah.
Like they shut them out so fucking well and they actually looked so slick. And
So they should. They got the cattle.
They've got they are well and truly in a premiership window now and they're at the top of the table and they're looking good.
Yep. Another team who's in a premiership window but are not looking good.
Well, they
were on the weekend.
Yeah.
Carlton.
That's a good win and a big win and they needed that.
Yeah, they
2
did.
on the trot, so good on them.
On Good Friday. I can't wait for one of those games, North v Carlton Good Friday, to be super competitive.
Yeah, because
it's just got
become a fixture for a bit now, but they play it at Marvel and
But
like
that's
people
only
show up
because-
because it's but that game if North's good can be played at
It's
the
got
G.
the potential to be huge.
Fuck yeah.
If North could get their shit
if they
together.
could ever rebuild,
Did
or
you
if they're
watch-
just going to constantly be getting
Did you
draft
just
picks.
watch the Kanga
Oh, mate. Now that I saw it again, I actually remember seeing it a few years ago, and I was like, "That's right, I remember this."
man.
And gee, it was a tough watch. And I didn't realise the Crows one was as long-winded.
Oh, bro.
Oh,
That was as
that takes the cake. The like how hard he stayed.
And he
he
stood
did
up.
not veer or look to the side
No.
once. He just committed.
And then the fucking siren goes off.
Yeah.
At the
Yeah.
end, just overpowered him.
Oh,
and about
fuck,
4
man.
people are tuning in at it.
But they were all kind of just like sitting
It's
forward
rank.
watching as well, just like, where we go. There was no enthusiasm, nothing, but the big
So
fella
good.
kept going.
Yeah.
Persevered.
Credit to him.
Oh,
Yeah.
Back to the Lions. That's probably the loss that they, needed.
deserved.
Now they're fucking...
Yep.
They'll be right.
Then now they might play 4 quarters of footy.
I've tipped fucking West Coast too, and Essendon just steamed
You're
them.
almost right.
Steamed them late, and I was like, you are kidding me. I was watching this game just going,
Oh,
West Coast have stopped, and
Wow.
Essendon are going to beat them.
Yeah,
so
they fought back well, but gee, just off face value, that's not an amazing win.
not great
go
for
over there.
Essendon, but
No,
they did
fuck
get
no.
it done. At
Yeah.
least they're not doing to their fans this year, giving them hope and being second after 10 rounds.
Yeah, and then drawing Anzac Day fixture and beating Collingwood a bit later in the year. Like, they were looking good, and everyone, we're back. You aren't back. You're probably just never going to be back.
They're never back.
Like,
Poor old. Until
fuck.
Essendon cannot possibly mathematically not make the 8, they're not in it.
Yeah, exactly. They are well and truly out of it.
And I tipped Freo too. So the double long was on here, and I went the opposite.
Who did I tip? I think I might have done Freo as well.
I went West Coast at home, long for Essendon, and then I went fucking Freo.
I went Freo too.
So
D's
yeah,
just
the double long.
fucking
and I've-
showed up.
I've not done well there.
Pickett fucking had a great game.
They actually
too.
had a good game, yeah. So they needed that too.
That is going to
Wow.
be a huge booster for them. They go into this week against Richmond, which has become a bit of a clash as well.
but that should be, obviously Richmond have got to win as well, which no one saw coming, but they're both coming off a
fucking
win.
way.
But let's be honest, they're both lower sides. But
Yeah.
it's a big chance for Melbourne to get another victory.
Exactly. They can get 2 on the trot and then gain a little bit of a
They're
momentum
back.
because, mate, they're not on paper. They've still got superstars that we're well aware of, whereas Richmond aren't meant to be good.
They
No one
will have
expects-
them.
They will have them in 5 or 6 years, and they're going to have even more after this year. Well, they need to stop winning random little games like they fucking did. Just completely tank.
Nah, it's good to see. I like when they fucking win games like that. 'Cause it's-
Richmond or D's?
Richmond.
Yeah. How
Fuck
many,
the
do we know,
Ds.
can you quickly Google the attendance at the G on Saturday?
in the
The D's
Melbourne game. I think there was a few there.
We said less than 10,000.
Yeah, we did.
I said about 8,000, I think.
How am I going to get that? Match report? Surely that'll tell me.
I might quickly just look up attendance.
Why don't it just say?
Demons v Fremantle. What are you going to give me? Oh, here we go. Someone's got the fucking list of it.
Oh, I don't know. Anyway.
I've got it here. 25,000.
Yeah, so that's what I mean.
That's more.
Watching the highlights, there looked like there was a few there. So hopefully, obviously, they'll get a heap there this week, but they'll all be Richmond supporters. So.
Yeah, exactly. They'll show up and there'll be, there might be a few more Aaron Williams boots and puffies show up.
Yeah,
so.
With the public holiday, mate.
Yeah, exactly. They can't go shopping on Thursday night too late.
And this was a
Press it,
stinker. Tom, you can do the thing if you want. But fuck me, it was hard to watch. But Crowy's going well.
Not good for a neutral fan.
No.
Not at all.
You
But
can't...
you'll take a win against GWS.
yeah, for sure,
A bounce back win too after like a
couple of losses.
letting the Cats back into the game the way they did last week, and then
the dirty old
then the
Moons,
Moons
who
just
fucking
robbed
lost
you.
it.
Yeah.
so
Yeah. How
just a
good's
very
that?
uncharacteristic game from the Crows though, because they've just lured teams
Yeah.
into shootouts all year.
Yeah, well, that's
and
literally been the
GWS are a
storyline.
high scoring team as well. Like I thought. I'm not even going to get into
It was
that
funny.
again.
I saw on the chat because I,
thought it was gonna
wasn't
be
watching
overs.
it. Groper goes, "Oh, Jace, geez, your overs bet's looking good," and Jace is
Dude.
like, "Yeah, I reckon." And then I actually thought, it must be looking
The boys
right.
are
Checks
telling
the
the
score,
truth.
and I'm like, I should have known that meant that was terrible.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, looking prime. Nah, the boys,
Yeah.
we don't
That-
tell the
About
truth
40
very often.
points scored at half time.
It was
Oh.
even worse at 3/4 time too.
What was going on?
Fuck?
Was there just so many missed shots, or did they just
Nah.
not get there to
I
shoot?
think it was just more heaps of congestion the
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah,
must have
a
been
lot of-
bulk stoppages.
Gee, that would have been
I
a
don't know.
gross
I
game
didn't-
to
But
watch.
inaccurate kicking
didn't
too,
watch
like
it.
7-10 and then 4-10.
4-10 shit. You'll take 7-10.
Yeah,
I reckon.
but still,
These
I don't know how you
days.
go from 100 points like every fucking game down to 52. So
And then
What's
the
doing
Moons,
here?
man.
What's doing?
Damien Hardwick hates Marvel.
he does.
That was the script.
That
for
is-
the bit of background here, Tom. He used to coach Richmond. Hardwick coached them to their 3 premierships
Yeah, right.
recently.
Yep.
And then he left them like amicably.
Yeah,
had
yeah.
a year off
Finished
coaching.
his-
He had a year off, thought about what he wanted to do, and went, I'm take the challenge on of coaching the Suns, who have never played finals and shit like that.
Seems to be going
but when he
okay.
coached Richmond, he went in press conferences and said how much they don't like travelling to the other side of Melbourne to play at Marvel
yeah, he
Stadium.
likes the G.
Yeah, right.
Because, and he's fucking bang on. Like, going to Marvel is long for Richmond fans.
Yeah,
they don't go.
genuinely.
Yeah,
They
right.
do not go
I
to the
hate playing
game.
under the roof.
But if they play at the G, they'll get fucking 60,000.
Yeah, right.
And it's a 10-minute.
Weren't his
fucking
exact
plan.
words
Going on?
literally, I hate coming here.
He literally said, I hate coming here too. Like, I wouldn't come here or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So they did that narrative for
Yeah,
the whole
oh, they
pre-game.
And the fact that
And
you
then
did it
they've
against
lost.
your
It would've
former
been-
club.
The coach would be thinking, he'd be going, "Did yous?"
He'd be going, fucking, they
Cheers,
should have
cunts.
played this Richmond game at the G.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was pretty funny to see all that. And then, obviously, everyone at the end's like, hey, you'll hate it even more now. But, yeah, it's just crazy how it's, like, not far, but the Richmond fans won't go.
Yeah,
genuinely.
what the fuck's
They
going
just-
They
on
love
there?
the G too much.
Staunch them up. So, anyway, it's like the NRL, hard to tip. But it's not like Richmond have beat someone like Carlton again.
No.
Like you can, because the Suns have never played finals, you expect that from them.
Exactly.
But
there's going to be a couple, like they could not have just kept a perfect record the
Yeah.
way they could, but you didn't expect their loss to be to Richmond.
no, you didn't. But you're
But
not.
fuck me, if you're a Suns fan, you're in third and you've lost one game, you're not going to be too upset.
Oh, you're
are
up
ya?
and about.
You're up and about.
I bet you fucking Noah's regretting swapping teams.
He
Yeah, to
should have stayed
Collingwood.
at
Yeah, to
Collingwood.
Collingwood. Although they are first. So
Yeah, so he's pretty happy both
yeah,
ways, isn't
he's
he?
happy. And Sydney,
Get that in your
Sydney are
cup.
in big trouble.
I think Sydney are fucked.
They
I
are.
just think this was really Port have just somehow turned their season around in 3 weeks, but that is more of a sign for me that Sydney are in trouble because they're losing.
How many have they won?
They've only won 2 games, haven't they?
Yeah, they've won 2 games, and
Yeah.
they've lost some close ones against some good teams.
Yep.
But to let Port come to Sydney and you lose this, I don't see how they can really turn this around. I think
Yeah.
they will be in and around that 9th to 11th, maybe push for finals, but they just won't be able to get it singing. And it purely could be coming off the losses in grand finals and all the head fuck, but losing Johnny Longmire, that's obviously played a big part. I think it's what you pointed to. Your coach you've had for 15 years.
So I think it's not the fact that they've it's the fact that they have lost those close ones. And that one on the weekend, they kicked they were 5 goals 9 at 3/4 time, and they ended up kicking 10 goals 17.
Yeah.
So they kicked 5 goals.
Inaccurate kicking.
5 goals 8 in the last quarter, man. So that game could go the other
Either way, yeah.
But they've lost a few of those now.
Exactly. They're
That
getting into those
closies.
close contests and they're not fucking finishing. They don't have that sharp, slick touch that Sydney have had for so long. They're
Yeah.
kind of like that's lost this year.
And Port going over there, obviously I did not tip that.
No, me neither.
But yeah, looks like Hawthorn have fucking put them back into form.
Oh, yeah.
Doggies, give St Kilda a touch up.
Hiding.
Doggies fans will be fucking rejoicing. Not because of this win, but did you see Sam Darcy's hyperextension of his knee?
No, I didn't.
So gone off the field, and that's their best player this year easily, and a superstar for the club for a long time.
Will
He's
be,
going to be, yeah.
Just got flamingo.
Yeah, proper, and fucking survived. Didn't tear his ACL, but he's fractured his knee. So he's going to spend some time on the sidelines, but he's not gone for the whole year.
Yeah, right.
But fuck, man, that I don't know how he actually got through that. But see, I thought St Kilda might actually make this a little bit more of a contest. I was like, Dogs will win, Bont's back, but 70 points. St Kilda are back to being shit.
I think that's expected too. It's not like you
Yeah.
go, oh. You expect those games out of St Kilda.
Yeah.
It'd suck.
Dogs
to
are
support
not
them
going to
too.
be a bad team. They had a couple close losses and they haven't been full strength.
Yeah.
And they won't be now for a while without their fucking key forward. They don't have him and still don't have Ugo Hagen, who's not going to come back
he's
this year.
fucking in big
He'll never
trouble.
play in a Dogs jersey again.
You
and that's
can't.
just common knowledge.
You're not
He'll go
gonna-
somewhere else and they'll just resurrect his career, but
Well, maybe.
potentially.
Maybe.
Geelong.
He just does not give a fuck,
We
Tom.
love getting people in their club who's been rejected and been in trouble and just resurrecting them.
Yeah, well, hopefully he can, because I think he's got a fair bit of talent, old mate. But he just
Fucking oath he
doesn't
does.
seem to care.
Yeah, apparently he doesn't show up to trainings and that.
Yeah.
Even Luke Beveridge hasn't really got a fucking clue in the situation.
Who's that, Ollie?
No.
Oh, showing up to
Or
training.
Clayton Oliver. No.
Oh.
They're probably hanging out, though. Nah. Yamara Ugle-Hagen. Is that how you say it?
I think so. I've been clipped for he. So
That's fine. You don't have to say it at the moment because he doesn't play.
no,
so,
and he won't be
yeah.
playing for a long time.
How was
and
how was
then-
the game, but boys? The last one.
clash.
This
the
one-
clash.
Yeah, obviously, it was a good game
It was
to
a
watch
fucking
It was?
belter.
as a neutral.
That's good.
But for me personally, as a Hawks fan, it was very frustrating.
yeah.
Only in the first half, though. Normally, if it was a close game like that, I'd be off the couch, can't sit down sort of thing. But I almost became numb to us just kicking the ball to them. So
Yous were
the amount of times we kicked it straight down a Geelong player's
no.
fucking throat. I was just laying there on the end, just going, yep, there's a fucking turnover. And
he's
just
obviously
it was-
had missed opportunities kicking for goal too.
Yep,
But your
and
worst aspect, Chol, when he hit the post, that little walk-in kick.
But see-
that was average. Gunston, bro, he's been having an unreal year. He's an old bull. He's come back to fucking Hawthorn, been
Bit
one
of
of your best
form.
forwards, and he was horrid in that first 2 quarters.
But then he came and
he
kicked
come
2
good,
rivers.
and he was kicking some great goals. But the worst part of your kicking was your back line. And anytime we
That's
kind
right.
of got a bit of congestion in the forward 50 and around stoppages, yous were just shanking them straight
Proper.
down at the Sicily. One of your best kicks
Out of
for
defence,
out of
yeah.
defence. He had a few glimpses of it, and he's just been so good for years, leading the club.
He had a
and
bad
he
game.
Couldn't fucking kick one straight.
He couldn't mark one either. Like his confidence was shot yesterday,
Yeah,
and
big
I think
time.
the only way you get out of those games is the game ends.
Yeah.
And you have a week off and you come back.
But yeah, a
and
game
play
like that,
again, so.
you didn't take your chances, and we just did take some of our chances because it was such a fucking nail biter.
Definitely didn't take the chances, but that's going to happen when you're fatigued and that. You're going to miss chances. The goal kicking didn't look like it was 12-14, you guys, 11-13, us.
Yeah.
But it just felt like watching it that we missed more chances.
Yeah, for
Whereas
sure.
here it says we didn't.
Yeah,
You know
I get
what
what
I
you
mean?
mean. We definitely looked a lot sharper with the ball, but a lot of the times during the game, it was just a handball fest. You guys were starting to panic, and like a few of your players were second guessing their kick after, and there was just handball, and who could ever just get a good run? It was just back and forth. But
it was a
that
great game. There was
fucking
88,000 there. Like it was good to. That spectacle side of it was awesome.
It's back.
But it was
the
just
rivalry
like-
is back, and that's what I fucking love about it. So like, and soon, for a while, like we said last week, it like died off for a bit, and now yous are good, we're playing good, and then Kennett's curse is back, and everything's fired up again. 88,000. That was fucking. That was awesome.
The icing on the cake for me was fucking. We're down by 7 points. Sicily gets his hands on the footy from 50, set shot for goal. I was like, worst result here. He kicks a point, and we're only 6 down, and he misses the lot.
Oh,
Kicked it out on the full. I went,
did ya?
I also
Wow.
thought Nick Watson's set shot was like, oh, he'll nail this.
Yeah.
And I was just like you've had your chances
Definitely
in that
did.
fourth. And then Sean Manners' goal was a bit of a wobbler off the boot and it bounced.
but he got that off a fucking turnover.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In your own 50. Like little mistakes, like Sam Mitchell will be
So those ones there, like that one where he sort of lobbed it up, kicked it straight across goal, which you're supposed to never do, that is fatigue. There was 2
100%.
minutes in the game to go. Put that down to fatigue. But the ones in the first half they were trying to kick him with their shin. Like, it was just rank.
It was bad.
So I said to you early, no need to beat us today. We will beat ourselves.
Yeah. That was like, it was... I'm happy with how he played, and we like just took those few extra chances, and I was like, "That's a fucking great win." You take the win from that, but there was definitely an aspect of like, Hawthorn could have beaten us,
And
there
that's
for
like-
sure.
I've actually
That'd be
taken
shit as a fan.
positives out of it, and I've gone, if we can play that bad and still be in the game for the whole game, then hopefully if we click, then it'll just be fucking one-way traffic.
tweak
But
ups.
anyway, we'll see what happens. Well done.
I just want to know your thoughts. So you thought like you didn't hate Bailey Smith giving the double bird. Did you like him putting the ball in Impey's face?
So I was going to try and explain it to you over text, but I thought, it won't make sense. I reckon he's pretty lucky because you know how easy it is
to knock
if you
someone
get
out.
someone in the sweet spot of the jaw, you don't have to hit him very hard.
No.
And he's like, he was already over the boundary line, and you know how AFL players just a bit of niggle.
Yeah.
So he's already out, and Impey's just pushed him for like
Just a bit of like a sharp
as they
dessert,
do. He's
get
already
out.
out of bounds. It's a throw in. He just pushes him, and Smith had the ball like almost rugby league style, and just went bang like in the side of the face. And it wasn't like real hard, but when you watched it on slow mo, you see his fucking jaw sort of move a bit, and I was like,
Before the head
You
follows.
cannot tell me that it dropped him on the ground though. I think he got a.
oh, but if you get hit there with a fucking bit of leather,
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, oh, can't.
Yeah,
Well,
it would
mate,
definitely
even-
wouldn't have felt great, but I think the Imby getting down on one knee won them the free kick. If he turns around and just shoves Bailey again,
Yeah, maybe.
it's not a free.
I just thought it was lucky that he didn't get him right on the sweetie.
Because
If he went
like
a
if
bit
you're, but
harder-
even with the sparring stuff, you could get a little hook. It could be fuck all, just a clip,
Yeah.
and then your jaw
And
is
that's what it
sore
was.
for about
It was
2
almost
days.
a little
That
hook.
instantly ignited the game. Like we were up by
Yeah.
20 odd at that point, and the crowd was fucking heaving at that point. But anytime Bailey Smith touched the ball, yous were booing. Anytime
Yeah.
MP got the ball, we were booing as well. And then Baz gets fucking subbed off, and he just loves giving the bird. 2 weeks in a row, he's running off Tom, and he does this with his ear, and then just goes little. Ooh, ooh, to
He's
the
a
crowd.
showman.
And, But he says after in the interviews, he's just like, "Oh mate, he's just I just get so fired up. Like
Yeah.
I
He's
love
just
the
in the
contest.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Fuck
he
yeah.
said he was a Hawks fan growing up
Yeah,
too.
he was.
So he's just like
He's
yeah,
just always in the game. He's said it. He's been on umpire fucking cam, like when they wear
Yeah,
the
yeah.
mics, and he like goes to argue with the umpire when he played for Bulldogs.
Yep.
And the ump goes and he sort of gets a bit wound up, and then he just straight away, like 2 seconds, he goes, "Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry to talking to you like that. I'm just G'd up." Like,
Yeah,
And I fucking
goes,
love
just
it.
a normal
he goes,
cunt.
I'm just up and about.
Yeah. And at the time, I was like, oh, don't be like consistently doing brain snaps. But looking back, I'm like, fuck, dude. I'm like, you can imagine the emotions he
Didn't
felt.
he have
and
40
I love it.
yesterday?
Yeah, he fucking had an absolute blinder.
Oh,
Him
no.
and Max Holmes.
He did not have 40.
He didn't have 40. That's
He had
funny. I'm looking at the
28.
AFL app right now. Connor Nash learns fate for strike, and Bailey Smith cited twice. So that was another thing we're going to talk about, is Connor Nash murdering
Connor Nash
Brian
knocked
Myers.
someone out. Like,
Very far
come
from
in.
the ball. Brian Myers is a very little bloke.
Yeah.
And this is your big fucking... He's ruckman, isn't it?
no, he doesn't
Or
play
is he?
ruck.
Doesn't he play ruck? But
No.
he's a big boy, and he's come in...
He's tall.
And a big, like, fucking lunge with the arm.
He didn't get him with the fist, though.
No,
he
but
got
it was
him with
a-
his arm.
with his arm,
He was
and-
just trying to be aggressive, and he knew straight away. He put his hands up
Yeah.
because he knocked him out.
Oh.
He was on the deck, and me and
filthy.
Chase almost sent the same text at the same time because you said something about booking a trip to Bali for 4 weeks, and I said Nashi may as well have 30 beers tonight
Because he's not playing for a month.
because he's not playing for 6 weeks.
But yeah, that was crook. And the
Yeah.
worst part I thought about it, obviously I was like, oh, that's fucking grubby and the crowd's involved.
Yeah, yeah.
And this was after Watt Smith did the MP, but they made the poor bloke walk off and he
They
couldn't
picked
walk.
him up. Instead of getting the Medicard out, he would have said, "I'm right." And then as soon as they
I don't
got
reckon
him
he could have
up,
fucking talked.
he had an arm around one bloke each, and his right leg was just stanking.
He was-
he was just
just
dragging
rumbling.
his right leg, and
Get
I'm
the
like,
Medicard out
"Oh, sit him down and get the Medicard."
Yeah, literally.
Wow.
Anyway, he won't be playing next week either.
No, he's got to enter the 12-day concussion
Yeah.
protocol, which, I mean, it doesn't seem like a massive loss, but man, his little squaring kicks,
I fucking hate
rate
watching
it
him play.
because he's so unorthodox with his kicking style.
Yeah, and that's why I think
But
I
I
and
love
his
it.
name's Brian.
I love
too.
it. Yeah. G. Ryan.
G. Ryan.
Wow.
I love him. I
That's
love the little
not
fucking
first
ball.
letter, last name. That's first name.
Grind.
Grind.
His oldies are like, how can we be fuckwits?
But
Hey, call him Grind,
Yeah. What about
Anyway,
Greg
enough
Cross with
about our
Ryan?
teams. I don't want to.
yeah, we pumped it up. But that was easily game of the round. 88,000. That's Geelong's fucking record for a home and away game. It's back. The rivalry's back, and I love it. And we're on the good end
That's
of it.
what I wanted to actually bring up. Richmond won't travel 20 minutes across Melbourne to Marvel, but Geelong will travel every week up to the G.
Yeah, well, we got
Love to
3
see it.
games in a row at the G. So we had Hughes, and then we've got Carlton, and then we've got Collingwood, I believe. So
Oh, that's 3 biggies.
we've got
you got the first one
We've
out
got
of
a
the
few
way.
tough weeks ahead of us, but yeah.
Righto, let's put the tips in. Riveter. Anzac Eve, though, they've built this up over the last few years.
It
it's
was
another-
something really. Well, this could be another case of what we're saying with the league.
Two
Two
shitters.
shitters,
Yeah.
and it's made it good. But like 3 or 4 years ago, these teams were at their peak. They've
Yep.
been in a while. I still think it'll be a belter, but I'm going to go D's. I think
They
after-
get they turn the lights out at the G and they do a really, really good Anzac ceremony.
It's
nice.
So
fucking very
Actually,
cool.
I think I've seen it
they get the
before.
big cauldron of fire
Yeah.
and shit like that. So very good spectacle. That's why I reckon they'll get fucking 90 there.
Yeah,
You know?
they'll still turn up for
The
this. one for
RMs will
sure.
go to that. For
Oh
sure.
yeah, they'll be getting them on. They'll be getting the puffers and the
Getting
scarves.
the fucking
Dad,
Instagram out.
Dad, I need money. I'm going to the football.
And then you get the Richmond fans.
Yeah, they're fucking. Let's go down there, boys.
Who are you going to tip?
I'm going D's. I think just because they've got a win under their belt now, like that'll do them a fucking world of
I
confidence.
reckon they suck still and Richmond will fire up.
True. Back
just
to back wins for Richmond.
Oh, that's a fucking...
It's a silly.
At what point do they go, hey, stop winning? We want more draft picks, though.
It's a silly tip, but I'm doing it.
I'm
so.
going
Well, you are a silly bloke, aren't you?
Yeah, I am a dumbass.
This next one is obviously
game of
lopsided
football.
because
It's gotta be Collingwood,
I'm
doesn't
going to
it?
tip Collingwood.
I'd love to see Essendon fire up though.
Oh, fuck yeah. I can't believe this was a draw last year, too. That was
I would
fucking
love
belter.
to see the Dons, and they will because it's Anzac Day. Let's
Yeah.
be honest.
But this is
positive
how
too
many
good.
times you see it like Don's fire up and then its first couple quarters, but then that excitement and like the fucking intensity kind of wears off a bit,
Yeah.
and then Collingwood just streak away with it.
Yeah.
I think we'll see a case of that.
I'm going to
will
tip
win late.
Collingwood. Hope for an Essendon victory.
Yeah, I'm Collingwood.
That's me every single time I tip Collingwood.
Oh, here we go. What do you do here?
Jesus, Freo 50.
This is a toughie, isn't
This
it?
is a very tough one.
Birds
go
have
back-
wings. We fly long.
The Fremantle dads. The dad.
I don't know. Do Freo do they bounce back?
I don't know.
They don't
it's, at
this week.
it's at Optus. Is it long? Not that really, because Adelaide's halfway there. I don't know, man.
I'm gonna go Crows. I think.
I think I'll have to.
Woo!
I'll go.
It's not gonna be that much of a fucking wild long.
I'll go the Crowies.
Yeah. Come on.
I'm tipping the Lions to beat the Saints at Marvel. They should bounce back.
Yeah,
Definitely.
me too.
Port will just flog
Holy
north
fuck!
at the AO.
It's gonna be the first 1%er we've seen this year. I think.
GWS at Monica. They should really
Hump.
They should bounce back, I reckon, against the Dogs. I know
Dogs
the
should
Dogs
not
will
be
fire up.
12% though. This is completely because Sam Darcy's not playing.
It is a bit lopsided, but I think it's the right tip.
Yeah,
And then-
they'll bounce back.
See, this
in a
one
close
here.
one though.
And the Moons at Animal second.
The Moons don't lose at Animal second.
That's right.
No, they don't. They love Animal second. And Sydney suck. Sydney
That's
just
what
do
we've
suck.
said, but they'll probably win now.
Sydney will
so.
kick 20 behinds.
Surely Hardwick fucking fires the boys up this
Oh
week. and
yeah,
says,
he'll
"Oi,
get them bounce back.
we're back on the coast. We're back getting the fucking tan.
Yeah.
We're good to go. You're all booked in for arm sleeves next week."
Maybe they lost. When he said about they hate Marvel, he was more referring to how half of his team is Richmond players now. So they still have
They
demons.
still hate it.
Sunday Arve MCG, Catters versus Carlton.
This
I
is
think
a great game of
This will be a great game because now Carlton might
Two
have
in-
a bit
two
of
on the
momentum.
bounce,
Like
yeah.
the two shittest teams in the comp. Like there's no doubt about that. But still, you got wins under your belt. But I think it'll be a simple case of they can't play the full 4 quarters.
Yeah,
And we'll outdo them late, and then nice
Yeah, I'm with
cruisy
you.
win in the 4th.
I'm tipping the Blues. Are you going to put a bet on with your old man?
Nah, did last year anytime we verse each other, did we have a fucking bet?
Us.
Yeah.
I think I'd lost a couple,
Yeah, I
but
think so.
I don't know if I did anything for it.
But yeah, we didn't even. That was probably the best year for us to the best game for us to do it in terms of evenness, and we both
Yeah,
went well over my head. A lot
what
of
a
people
shame.
ask me, "You've got a bet?" Nah.
And then look,
Yeah.
see, this shits me to tears that now we've got West Coast.
At
If we just had got one, the last two we've lost.
Yeah.
If we just got one of them, now we've got West Coast. Anyway, we'll
But you
bounce
did
back.
start a lot better than you thought as well.
True.
you can kick backwards this game. and
It's
still
crazy
win.
how we fucking we probably will.
You could literally forget your footy boots and
Mate.
you'll still win this.
What about? I said to you during the game, where the fuck was me man?
D'Ambrosio.
D'Ambrosio.
Yeah.
He's the best kick in the comp, and
He had a very quiet game.
I just didn't see him that much. I checked the stats, and he had a few disposals. Like it's not like he had 5.
But I
touches.
feel like he didn't have massive presence in the game.
Nah, until right at the end, and he done that good kick back
Yeah.
into the middle, and I was
Yep.
like, there
There
we go.
he is, yeah.
Anyway, Hawks will bounce back. They should
Definitely.
anyway.
A few
against
bounce
West
backs
Coast.
this week across
Plenty of
both
bouncing
codes.
back. Righto, boys. Well, guess what? It's time to talk about. Because the man, he's done it again, Oscar.
Is that
He's,
3 in the trot or 2?
2.
Old fish.
I don't know if it's 2 on the trot. He's won
boy.
2 races though, and he is on top of the Drivers' Championship.
That's good.
How good to see.
Fucking oath.
I think that was the results of the race. I'm just trying to find the standings.
Where'd they race?
Saudi Arabia.
Nice.
It's a real like up and down track, if that makes sense. It was real skinny and long, like a bit of spaghetti.
Yeah, right.
So, the race was pretty much won, from what I saw in the highlights, in the first corner because Verstappen was on pole and Piastri was second. Piastri got a way better start and was in front of him just at the first corner. And they say they all talk about if you get there first, it's your corner.
Yeah,
if that
right.
makes sense.
So the other bloke has to respect you. a
He
bit.
has to, if you're wheel to wheel and the track's running out, old mate has to drop back in behind you. And Max didn't do that, of course. And he just cut the corner,
Never follows it.
which you can't do. Cut the corner, got back to first, and it was like, well, that's obviously going to be looked at. and he got given a 5-second penalty instead of just giving the place back, because sometimes they'll say you got to give the place back and they swap.
Yeah, but they said no.
They said 5-second penalty. So when he pitted, you're allowed to be there with the tyres ready to rip them off.
Yep.
But you got to wait the 5 seconds.
Which it seemed
They would
like
have had him out of the pit quicker than the 5.
They do 2.5 second stops.
Yeah.
So the 5 just feels like they're just waiting, and then the light goes off, and boom, they can do the tyres and he can go. And he ended up losing by 2.5 seconds, 3 seconds. So
so don't be a cunt.
that was pretty much
Moral
where
of
the
the
race
story.
was won, in my eyes. Like, obviously, they still had to race the entire race and he had to go well. But, yeah, just that penalty. And they mentioned it at the end. They said maybe if he just gave the place back without, like, straight away, if he went, I've fucked up, I'll give it back, they wouldn't have done the 5-second thing.
True.
And he might have won. So,
Gave him the benefit of
anyway,
the doubt.
he's too stubborn, that bastard, and he would never have given the place back. So, good to see, though. I'm loving it. Oscar's... he's the premier driver for McLaren. Let's just say
has he
it.
been fucking bumped up to the big dog yet?
Probably not, because all we saw, I know it's British coverage that we watch. I'm sure there's other coverage that you can watch, but the only coverage you can watch in Australia is the British coverage.
Yep.
And I know it was probably more exciting watching the two British drivers battle it out for 4th and 5th, but with fucking 10 laps to go, you barely saw a glimpse of Piastri's car. You were just watching the two Brits. Norris and Russell just battle it out for 4th.
Oh, that's hectic.
Anyway, I get it. It's British coverage. Of course you're going to do that, because that's where your viewership's coming from. But sometimes you've got to go and look who's winning the race.
That's always, I reckon, the go.
So, anyway, I reckon it's hard to tell whether McLaren are going to...
Is it
promote
often
him.
to make a mid-season change? Like, does that happen often?
They'll never admit that there is favourite drivers.
Oh, so it's not like an actual,
No.
hey, he's our number one.
We're
It's
just
like,
assuming, because that's
Right.
how it is.
Okay,
And it is.
Yeah.
But they'll never admit to that.
but it's not like a literally, he's our leader for this year. They make an announcement. It's
But
just like an
telling
obvious
you.
favoritism.
He will be very soon, Oscar. They'll be
Well,
like, righto.
keep on winning and give him no choice.
Fucking
Exactly
oath.
right.
Up the fish.
Good on him. Righto, we got a bit of fighting.
Mate, just a little bit. I've got, I just think so pretty much, unless fart clips me and I'm knocked out, I will be doing this on Sunday morning.
Fart.
Just fart. That's his name now.
Well, if he clips me and knocks me out, whatever, I might not do this, but I'll be steaming into Sunday morning, fresh off a big night on it.
Ooh, yeah.
And fucking Chris Eubank Jr. versus Connor Ben is on the 26th. So I think it's going to be about 7 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, the Sunday.
Sounds about
When the
right.
boys walk out, the main fighters.
Righto.
So the card will be going. And it's been a massive build-up for it. Two Pommy lads, their dads fought each other twice back in the day.
Yep.
Eubank Jr., Eubank won the first fight, then they drew in the second, and they never had a trilogy. So this
Wow.
is getting built up to be like the next generation, finish it off. They had a press conference a month ago. Eubank smacked Conor Benn with an egg in the face.
I saw that,
and
actually.
proper fired it up. It's getting real nasty, and pretty much it's just fucking prime. It's at Tottenham Stadium.
Oh, yeah?
So it's going to just be massive.
Yeah.
That'll be a
And
big turnout.
So I'm pretty keen just to, there's that, and then the UFC, they've got a fight night on with Ian Gary's fighting that Carlos Prates, who's in that Fighting Nerds on the Sunday as well. So I'm like, fucking you, beauty.
You'll have to
You're
set your
sorted.
alarm, mate, for 7 o'clock.
I'll
be up nice and early.
You know what I'll be doing? Fucking steaming!
You'll have to set your alarm so you get up that early.
Make sure your phone's charged
Right.
too.
Yeah, I'll be charging me phone. But yeah, the best part about that joint is, right, like last year, you're in the room for a bit, nothing's open. Normally you have to wait till 11. No. Sports
Cass.
bar at the Cass.
Bang.
Everyone's in. Bush, sports on.
And the Cass loves martial arts or just combat sports
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
So that'll be on. The boxing will be on. The Sunday sorted.
Yeah.
Fucking stop it.
Have
We're
you
just
got
feeding you in there.
anything going on at the Broady Tab on the Sunday or not?
I reckon there'll be a bit going
Yeah,
on.
I-
but
An
no.
unofficial bit going on.
I think it was one of those things where like people could commit their time to times and stuff before it, but when you're fighting people and she's a big party after, right? That after party finishes at 1 a.m. but the party will not be finishing.
No, that's
and
when
then,
everyone will go home.
And then,
sure.
and then I think Sunday, obviously, Broady Tav will probably end up there. That's what he did last year. But I'd say that sports bar at the Castle will be where I'll be watching these fights and shit.
Yeah.
Or at someone's room, or fucking who knows?
Yeah.
True. Might end up in Tassie.
What's his name? What's the fucking bloke who does those mad? Your mate, the Red
Chucky.
Bull. Chucky.
Yeah,
in Chucky's room.
Yeah, probably. We were there last year harassing the fuck out of him. Poor cunt.
Just trying to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm like, who's that?
Yeah.
It's his room. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, so fucking just a bit of fighting, boys, for the that's it.
Is it if you could, which we can't, but would it be as big as Volt by points was obviously the biggest fucking we built that up. Is T.Dahl by points even bigger than that?
Well, you don't like Knuckles asked me my predictions. I don't. How the fuck do I predict something when I haven't seen this cunt?
Yeah, but
Mate,
I was going to say T.Dahl TKO.
Mate,
that sounds
reckon,
quite nice.
Well, I
like
reckon this cunt's going to have heaps of mongrel, and he's going to come out like a fucking Southern Cross windmill. In round one, because he's gonna these mullet having shitty mo mad cunts are gonna pepper him for 3 days.
Nothing wrong with shitty mo.
And he's gonna have to stand there. He's walking out first. Listen to them all. He's gonna come out like a fucking maniac.
Do you reckon they're gonna cheer him?
Oh yeah.
I'd be very surprised if there's any cheers.
So, mate, I reckon first round I'll be feeling it out a bit, and then hopefully bank on the fitness and put it on him. Like, I'd love to finish the fight before the end of it. That'd be sick. Yeah. But I'm not going to sit here and be a hero and be like, yeah, mate, I'll fuck. Get him out there round 2. I'm just going to fucking try and land a few beauties on him and see how we go.
Yeah, mate. Fitness will get you home for sure. Sure.
I have trained very hard.
Yeah.
So
love your work. Very un-Reggie-like.
Yeah, that's right, mate. That's why I haven't carried on and posted all my training on the Reggies page, because it's like they'd be going, what are you doing?
Why aren't you eating pies and drinking beer?
Yeah, sorry, can't I'll just steam in and get flatlined.
Any other sport?
Yeah, that's right.
Where you weren't, like there's a bit of pride.
If there was a Alpha Events rugby league match, we would not be doing laps.
Or golf or anything.
It's not like you can fucking stick the hand up because you're fucked.
No.
Yeah.
Team sports.
Boys, I'm coming off.
There's 4,500 people in that arena.
Even though it's fucking 3 2-minute rounds, that is a long time to box.
Very well, long 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it fucking took me ages.
That's why I hesitated. I was like, I'm not going to do that, and you've done it.
Yeah, cool. So I just steered him straight into it.
Yeah, that's a layup. Yeah.
But it should be good, mate. Before we go to CTC, Captain of the Week, brought to you by Country Trucker Caps, sponsor of ours, been with us since the start. The Country Companies is where you go to cop one of the Knucklers designs, or countrytruckercaps.com to design your very own. He'll be on the coast steaming around. I dare say that'll be a pretty popular thing you'll see if you're heading to the Gold Coast this weekend.
Yeah.
On that note,
of the week
who is
Knuckles.
our captain of the week?
Oscar.
Boys? It's got to be.
He won it the other week, but he can have it again.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to be an Aussie and you're going to keep winning.
Yeah,
Grand
if you're an
Prix
Aussie
all
and
the
you
time.
win, then you'll fucking win.
It's a fucking easy one. Shoe in.
Yeah.
And it's not like anyone else has done really anything miraculous.
Well, don't say that. Just
or
in case
someone in the RLC will be like, "Oh, didn't you know that fucking horseshoeman fucking he did that the other day for the Australian?" And was like, "Sorry."
Oh yeah. I'll just go. Wow.
Notice no IPL again either. Fuck, I must have forgot. About the
I'm
IPL.
gutted. Please
Did
bring
you
it
want
up.
to cover that quickly?
No.
Okay.
Hey, Mitch Marsh has been killing it. That's all I'll fucking add.
Good on him. Bit of fucking
of
fake.
Dyson.
Bit of fake cricket. Nice. But
oath.
mate, they love it.
No
over there.
IPL
They cannot,
and no live golf.
They cannot get enough games on over in India.
No, 'cause
Television
they
wise,
love-
they cannot get enough cricket on.
They see cricket like we
Crazy.
see beers.
Just want to have them all the time.
So the amount of money that would be in the advertising over there would be crazy. Just
Fuck
because
yeah, man.
of the millions and millions that tune in to
Oh, for
every
sure.
game for the TV rights. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
It honestly would be like that, but like an Aussie will be like, "You want a beer?" They'd be like, "You want to watch cricket?"
Yeah, nice.
Fucking let's watch it.
Good stuff.
Fucking
Is that it? Any other sports?
That's all I've got,
got
mate.
nothing. I've got nothing left.
No, I think that's sweet. I'm out of sport.
Yeah.
All
Right.
sported.
We won't
Oh,
cover
no.
any fucking Premier League or anything like that.
No, but Liverpool's about to win the title.
They are. They're one win away.
One win away.
Liverpool.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, I love it, eh? It's like full
We
of
won't
shit.
talk about Premier League, but we will.
It's all rubbish.
It's
I
just
agree
anything
with
to
you.
discredit Liverpool
Yeah.
winning the title because we're a successful club in England and everyone loves
They're
to
saying
hate
that
us.
they get heaps of fucking dot shots and stuff
No,
given to them.
okay.
Tom.
VAR
Notice how I
is
said
a-
dot shots so he knew what I meant.
Yeah,
Like the Bronx getting heaps of home games. sort of
Yeah,
thing.
pretty much.
Essentially,
They're
it-
saying they get all the free kicks and the penalties. And all that.
VAR is out like the video assistant referee, so it's a bit of a play on
Yeah, right.
words.
Like Sean O'Malley getting Dana White privilege.
Yeah.
like all that
exactly
sort of
right,
stuff.
play on
Pretty
words.
much all that. But
Oh, yeah, how-
they've just been better.
Just
so.
quickly, that was fucking funny the other day. A reporter put O'Malley on the spot and he goes, people are saying that you get Dana White privilege, rah, rah, rah. What do you have to say about that? And he goes, thanks, Dana.
Yep. Straight
I was
face.
like, how
It
good
was
is
so
that?
good.
And then
He knows
fucking
it.
fist pumped him. He's like, thanks, Dana. And just fist pumped him.
Good stuff.
That's how you deal with that.
Fuck yeah.
Just quickly, I'll tell you what I've been really getting into, and I think I'm a fan now.
Piss.
Is the baseball.
Have ya?
I can't get enough of it.
True.
Like I
Wow.
watch.
What do you like about it? Like, what draws you to that sport?
Now that I understand it, the more I know about it, the more interested I'm becoming.
Right.
Like I've keep watching fucking highlights back of different pitchers throwing these perfect games and hitters hitting these home runs, and I'm like, the more I am investing, the more keen I am to watch the game.
How do you have enough time
So-
to watch more sport though?
Well, they're on during the day,
Yeah.
and I get a fair few days off.
And lack of kids
do.
helps with sport
Lack
watching.
of-
Yes.
yeah.
I just think
You
we've
know
got
what I
league,
love?
AFL, golf, cricket, obviously
you
seasonal,
go.
and then basketball
I'll
I follow
answer
as
it.
well.
I'll answer it for you. Every team plays 162 games in 6 months.
Wow.
They go.
Jesus,
That is-
cunt.
They do them in series, right? It's the best sport. There's
They wouldn't
no,
even train,
No
would they?
training. No. So you go 3 games against the same team, day off. 3 games against the same team, day off. 3 games against the same team for 6
They
months.
must
straight.
have heaps of players, hey? Like to be able
They
to
got
rotate
a
around.
lot
wouldn't
of
they?
pitches.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
if you start
Otherwise, yeah,
blow your shoulder
Their
out.
shoulder
If
would just be
you're
hanging off and
a
cunt.
starting pitcher, you start every 5th game, maybe.
Yeah.
So they rotate 5.
Yeah,
but
that
then
makes
the relieving pitchers, they might play most nights. But the hitters, they pretty well play all the time. They do rest them.
Well, I
they definitely
suppose-
rest them, but they play a lot of games in a row, sort of thing.
You do that is a good
If you're
point.
hitting,
When
you
you're
get
hitting,
3
yeah,
chances to hit the
exactly.
cunt, and then you
Yeah.
get off.
I'm fully invested.
And
I'm-
how often, like, what time is it on to watch it live? normally?
Not 10 in the morning.
It's
9
yeah,
in the
well, American
morning.
sports.
Oh, so
they're
perfect
prime
for time for days off for you if you've
Yeah,
got
there
the
is
yard work
games
done
that
and shit.
are daytime games over there that'll be on at 3 in the morning or whatever.
You'd be setting the alarm for them, surely.
No. So yeah, I'm invested.
Nice.
I actually did because I was following the Dodgers because they won last year, and I watched all the World Series and I'm like, oh, I don't want to be one of those.
Yeah, who's your
cunts.
team?
Yeah.
I don't want to be one of those cunts who follows the winning team from last year. So I did a quiz on
who
who
you
I should support.
Who'd you get?
And it asks you like, do you care about the amount of titles that you've won? And I was like, nah. Do you care about a rich history? Like, do you care about history at the club?
And
I
you'd
was
be like, yeah.
And it spat out the Baltimore Orioles. So I've been
That
trying
was
to
not who I was expecting.
trying to
I know
wa-
limited
What
teams.
the fuck's
That's
an
not
Oriole?
a bird.
Gay.
Yeah.
Baltimore.
So I watched most of their games, just the highlights.
Yep.
MLB put up 10-minute highlight packages that are just unreal. You
Yep.
see every important piece
Every good
of
bit.
the game. Yeah.
So there's no team that you're like, oh fuck, I actually really like.
But then I watch every Dodgers
just-
one as well, just because I know all the
so you've got an attraction to the
I
Dodgers.
know all the players.
But you don't
now.
want to be that
You don't
guy.
be
No.
that guy.
You're going to be the
So-
gay
You've
bird
only
guy.
I
done
might be
it with Hawthorn.
two team G1.
Yeah, right.
So
Fucking
Well,
hell.
you
see
did
how
it with
we go.
Hawthorn, mate. You glory supported them. I'm saying that as a Cats fan.
I actually started supporting them when they sucked. When they got
Yeah.
those 3 unreal draft picks because they sucked.
Well, I started supporting Cats
In
and-
2007, yeah, we know.
Yeah. I literally did. I was 4 years old and I got my first. I don't really
When they
remember
won.
it, but yeah, I got like a little bit of merch and that. And it was around 2007. And would have been like, ooh, a 4-year-old sees a team win and would have went, them.
Yeah. You were 4. That's fucked.
That's like Harry at that age sort of thing, 5. He just goes for, who's winning? Them? I'm going for them.
Yeah.
And then
Which
who's
is fair
winning now?
enough.
Yeah.
I'm going for them.
That's
It
exactly
is
what
easier.
I've done. And I've tried not to do. Righto. That's
Right,
all we got
team.
time for. We'll see you Friday. It's going to be a big punch show.
I'll be
we
calling
got
in.
The Quokka. Yes, you will. The Quokka over in Perth. And then Group 1 racing in Adelaide. I love that. I love when we go to Adelaide and Brisbane.
Pumps back on Saturday
You
too.
get
Little
always-
tip.
Ooh,
There
fuck
you go.
yeah.
Early tip.
Early, what's it called? Bit of early mail.
That's right. Early mail and he's fucking feeling good
Oh,
apparently.
yeah.
Oh.
Love your work. We'll see you Friday. And if you can't tune in Friday because it is Anzac Day, then get a chance over the weekend.
That's right.
We'll post the tips, put the dart clip up. It'll all be there. Put all the tips in the group on Neds. Make sure you jump in and join the group. The code is the Reggies.
And I will see all you mad cunts who are attending the event this weekend there. Let's fucking go.
Righto. See ya.